Tonight's AAA semifinal playoff game is between the Nashville Scrappers and Booneville. Cliff?
The game we had here then, we recounted that a little bit earlier in our pregame show. Scrappers winning that one November 26, 1993 by a score of 29-27. And it looks like another great ball game between these two ball clubs that we say are well disciplined and well coached. Both of them just about match up the same there. And right now, let's go to Charles Hubbard. Scrappers getting set, Charles. Stoney Ray coming out to set the ball. Charles flying overhead, a helicopter coming in. We had the firing of a cannon a moment ago. So you can just tell a lot of excitement here for this ball game.
You bet, Rick. We're ready. Everybody's ready. Listen to this crowd, people. You ought to be here. I don't think a Razorback game's getting any more exciting than this right here.
Oh, I love it.
Oh,
this is a great
something
place.
Else. Great place to play football. Back deep to receive will be Travis Adair and Will Swint, your deep return. They're back at the goal line, and the up return is going to be Knuckles and Brandon Rowland. There's the kickoff by Stoney Ray. It will be taken by Travis Adair at the 10, back to the 15, to the 20. He'll be collared there as he crosses the 20 to about the 23-yard line, and coming up to be Chris Benson to make the stop for the Scrappers. Got one helicopter landing across the way. I'm not sure who that is.
I think that's going to be coming probably out of Fort Smith, Charles. I believe that's a Channel 40 out of that area there. So they're close to Fort Smith, getting some TV coverage right here.
All right, we're going to put the ball on the 23-yard line. That's where Booneville will take over to start this semifinal game to decide who goes to War Memorial Stadium for the championship game. Ball is just inside the left hash mark. Wide receiver to the right. Wing on the left. Lone setback. Wings on each side. Ray, the fullback. He'll get the handoff. Scrappers meet him.
No,
it's going to be the option. Boy, somebody plastered him.
I think that's Benson coming up.
Benson came up and leveled Rowland. What a hit.
It's going to be like that all night long. Going to be hard to really tell who gets the football. Ray gets a number of carries, but that time Rowland stuck it into him, pulled it back out and kept it, and came on out to the outside of the Scrappers. Everybody's going to have a job to do, and they did a good job that time.
Benson closed in a hurry. It was the option to the right. Same set. Gator Ray is your lone setback. Wings on each side. Everybody else in tight. Wants to hand off. That's Allen. Gator Ray, big first down run for him up to about the 38-yard line.
A big back. He gets the calls a number of times during the ball game, and there, Charles, I've got a feeling like last week he probably carries for about 8 or 9 yard average.
And he'll run about, he'll probably get the ball 28, 30 times tonight. He got it 28 last week, so first down at the 38-yard line for the Booneville Bearcats. Ball just inside the right hash mark. Wings again on each side. Split right is your split end. It's the end around. Scrappers trying to close in a hurry, and they'll drag him down at the 40. Good job that time. And I believe, let's see, that's going to be Gary Graham.
Along with Travell Green was up there also, Charles, making a big hit there.
We'll give him to the 40. I think he got maybe just a little outside the 40, so I'm going to call it the 41. It'll be second and about 8 yards to go for the Bearcats at their own 41. Ball on the right hash mark. Wings now again. Everybody else in tight. Gator Ray, your lone setback. Handoff, Ray, up the middle. Picks up 4 or 5 yards or so as he gets just past the 45. We'll give him 5. It's going to bring up a big third down play and about 3.
Charles, they don't do a lot of different plays. I mean,
nothing fancy, Rick.
Nothing fancy. They're just going to keep doing the same thing, and they do it well. They're well coached, good blocking, and as you mentioned right there, a good pickup of 5 yards. That's a successful offense. When you're getting like 4 and 5 yards a carry, that's success.
Ball just inside the right hash mark. Ray, the lone setback. Wings again each side. In motion now is the wing from the left side. Looking him over. Handoff. Ray up the middle. Breaks it, and he's going to be tackled. He was hit, and he tried to get off of that, and he did break it, but he slipped. And they're going to mark him down for a slight loss on the play. So it'll bring up 4th down now for the Bearcats.
Scrappers really had bunched in the defense that time, Charles. They're going to be bunching in. You've got to stop that run. The man they've got to stop is Ray. He's the fullback, the first option in that option-type offense, Charles, and that's the first one they've got to shut down.
All right, Ray is your punter, standing on about his own 32. Twin safeties back, Haney and Scott. Ray will get it away. Nice kick. It will be, no, it'll bounce. Scrappers will get away from it and let it roll to the 26.
Good high kick. The Scrappers really wanted to return it, but they just couldn't get in there, Charles. 29 yards on the punt, no return. We might talk about it. The field seems to be in real good shape. Got a good bounce on that, Charles, but they had a little over an inch of rainfall here overnight.
A lot of water, or a lot of mud, heavy mud on the track. Is kind of like the track Nashville used to have.
Kind of an old Red Dog type track.
Oh, here we go. Scrappers' first offensive series of the night with the ball on the left hash mark. Split back, slot left. In motion now. We'll go Howard to his right. Pope up under center. Hands off. That'll be McFadden trying to get outside. No gain on the play. Might even lost a little bit. Scrappers try to sweep to the right side. Zach Adair come up and made the stop for the Booneville Bearcats.
Charles, it's good to see McFadden in there. We didn't know right up until just before game time whether or not he'd be playing because he was injured last week, been nursing some ankle injuries. You can tell that Booneville Bearcats pretty tough on defense. Booneville's only given up about 13.7 points per game. Scrapper defense only 12 points per game.
Ball on the right hash mark. Split backs again. Again, the slot is to the left. Pope wants to throw. Throws it downfield. It's going to be complete to Willie Scott. He's outside the 35. Enough for a Scrapper first down. Perfect pass from Brian Pope to Willie Scott. We'll wait till we get the official spot. He was run out of bounds at around the 37, I believe. They're going to mark it outside of that. We're going to call it the 38. It's a little shy of it, but we'll call it the 38.
12 yards picked up on that. Pope doing a good job standing in there and settling in. Got a good feel for the ball game. 12-yard pickup, and they've got a first down.
All on the left hash mark. Split backs. Receivers to each side for the Scrappers. Pope again wants to throw. Pressure. Screen across the middle to Corey Smith. He's at the 45 and knocked back at the 45-yard line. Scrappers 3 plays have moved the ball to the Scrapper 45. It'll bring up second down, about 3 now.
A little pressure coming in that time from the left defensive side, and didn't know how Pope was going to stand in there and do on that, Charles. But he did a real good job, got a good pass across the middle to Corey Smith.
Good to see the tight end open across the middle, too, Rick. Good play. Ball on the left hash mark. Scott right, Howard left. Offset backs. Pope, hands off, up the middle. Fighting for yardage, very close to the first down, but he didn't quite get it. That was going to be McFadden on the carry. We didn't know whether McFadden would get to play tonight or not. We announced Jamone Johnson. It's going to be like about a yard, it looks like. Ball is just a little shy of the 47, and he's got to get a little shy of the 48. With the ball on the left hash mark, Howard to the wide right side of the field. Now he comes in a little tighter, and I think he's going to set up as a wing. Again, offset backfield. Scott left.
Defender
now, I don't know. They're pointing at the Scrappers. Let's see what they do.
Well, it looked like somebody right in the middle of the defense moved, Charles, and I think contact was made. I didn't see a Scrapper.
Scrappers are moving back. I think it's against the Scrappers, Rick. Somebody on the offensive line digging in and moving. You can't do that. Once you get set, you got to stay put. Boy, that is a big penalty right there. That is a tremendous penalty. 3rd and about a yard, and now it's 3rd and 6. Back at the 42. Ball on the left hash mark. Jason Pope checks to the wide right side, slot right. Howard to the left. Scott in the slot. Lone setback is Charles Green. Pope wants to throw. Little pressure. Fires it downfield. Almost intercepted just over the hands of Corey Smith. But I'll tell you what, Brandon Rowland almost had an interception. Scrappers will have to punt. Boy, look how big that penalty is now. Scrappers had a little something going.
Well, Charles, this is the kind of ball game that turnovers or one play, one penalty, or one mistake somewhere along the way is really going to decide it.
Brad West and Will Swint back deep to receive. Howard standing on his own 29. Good snap. He'll get it away. Wobbly kick. It'll be returnable. It's fumbled. Ball's underground. Scrappers after it, but I think that Brad West came back up with it. They were going to try a little reverse that time, it looked like, Rick. At the 25.
Well, here's the way this fighting match and boxing match is kind of going, Charles. Each team with one offensive possession. They've had to punt. Each team picked up one first down in their possession, so it's just about even as we're going along here.
At the moment. Ball just inside the left hash mark for the Bearcats. Second offensive possession. No score here. 6 minutes, 35 seconds left in the first period. Split in to the left. Wings each side. Lone setback is Ray. Handoff. No. Wants his option. And they'll hem him in right at the 25. Scrapper staying at home doing a great job. About 4 or 5 white jerseys all over Roland. And he's a fine option quarterback.
Does a real good job. And Charles, as we talked about a moment ago, you got to shut Ray down. He's going to want to carry the most. As you mentioned, about 28 carries last week. Roland doesn't mind holding it in there, and so he's going to option off there, see what happens on Ray, and then he'll pull it back out. And he was doing a good job, but the Scrappers did what they had to do there. They shut him down.
And it looks like they're going to go with his wing on each side set, and the lone back is going to be Ray. He'll get the handoff this time, breaks through, and he's going to be running for a first down as he gets across the 35. This is twice they've run over that left offensive side, Scrapper right defensive side to pick up the first down. They'll mark it at the 37-yard line.
12 yards on the carry for Ray. Moving on out for a first down. Ray's now got 4 carries for 30 yards.
So far, that's been the big play for him. Now we're having a problem with a helmet, I think, for the Scrappers.
You talked about that being the big play, Charles. They'll be using it over and over many times all night long tonight.
Well, Scrappers trying to read that, and they're doing a good job at the point of attack, the offensive line for the Bearcats, Rick, to open that hole. But now Ray is a very strong young man, and he does not go down easily. I think the shortest run he's had has been about 5 yards. Again, same set. This time everybody's in tight. First and 10 at the 37. Handoff Ray again. This time he's met, and he'll be knocked back. He lost yardage that time.
Gary Graham in there to make the initial stop, I believe.
And then the rest of the Scrappers in there back at the 36. Good job by the Scrapper Orange Crush defense. Hadn't called them that much, Rick, but tonight, if they can stop this bunch, they'll deserve it. It'll be second down, about 11, back at the 36-yard line. That's the Booneville Bearcat 36 for the Bearcats. Ball is just inside the left hash mark. Wings each side, everybody else in tight. Rolling up under center. Wants to hand off. Again, it's going to be Ray. Fights for a little yardage as he gets to the 40. And he's going to pick up about 4.5 yards. And that's going to bring up third down, about 7 for the Bearcats, right on the Bearcat 40-yard line.
Alan Gator Ray, he's the tough running back for Booneville. He's tough to stop.
Well, he is the man. If you can stop him tonight, you can probably stop him. But you got to stop him. Ball on the left hash mark. Big third down play. Wings each side, split in to the right. Rolling, rolls out, wants to throw. Scrappers with pursuit. Throws it downfield. Caught. What a catch! Oh, at the 40-yard line by Swint. Diving catch by Swint. Rolling on the run, through it. Great catch by Swint. You got to give him credit.
That gives Booneville a first down just up at midfield.
Boy, yeah, he looked like a pro on that one, Rick. Diving catch. Ball in the right hash mark. First and 10 at midfield. Wings each side. Tight formation. Handoff to Ray. Tries to get outside. Got a little yardage as he gets to the 45 of Nashville. Maybe even the 44. Bearcats trying to feel it now. Scrapper defense needs to bow up and be the true Orange Crush defense like we've talked about.
Boy, it's Ray not good for about 5 yards every time he gets his hands on the ball.
That's what I said. He's only been stopped that one time, and the Scrappers got him for a yard loss on the play. It'll be second down and about 5 or a little less. Split into the right. Rolling up under. Hands off Ray. Not much. Rolling on the option. I'm sorry. He kept it and got outside and snuck upfield. A little shy of the first down, but not by much. It's going to be third and about a yard at the Scrapper 41. Got to just get across the 40, and they're just a little shy of the 40. Fans didn't like the spot, but the official was right. Ball right in the middle of the field. 3rd and 1 at the Scrapper 40 for the Bearcats. Split in right. Wings each side. Handoff Ray. He got the first down, but not by much. They give him a fairly decent spot. But nevertheless, it's going to be a first down for the Bearcats, I believe. They may want to look at it.
was in there. Benson was in there on that tackle.
I think they may want to look at it, but he's got it. No, they don't have to look at it. First down at the Scrapper 39 for the Bearcats.
Ray only picked up a couple of yards, though, Charles, to get on out there and pick up that first down. They're inside the Scrapper 40, down about the 39-yard line.
4 first downs in this ball game so far for the Bearcats, 3 on this drive. Ball on the right hash mark, split into the wide left side of the field. Wings each side, and 1 back. And that's Gator Ray. Handoff. No, they'll go in the misdirection. He'll try to get outside. That's Adair. Cuts back. He's upfield. Scrappers have to tackle him in the secondary. Almost got away. And White has to tackle him. He's the last man all the way down at the Scrapper 23. Rick just slipping tackles. A little misdirection from the wing. He was on the right. He came back the other way. Then cut upfield. And Rick slipping tackles.
Well, let's see. We got Travis Adair and Zach Adair in the backfield. Travis, first carry right there, good for 16 yards.
All this inside the right hash mark. Ray, the lone setback. Wings again each side. Everybody else in tight. Rolling. Hands off. That'll be to Ray. Cuts upfield. Breaks it. He's gone, I think. No, they stop him before he got in the end zone. At about the 2-yard line. Now they're going to mark him the 3. Boy, they have found something on the right defensive side of the Nashville Scrappers they like. That's where he's gained his yardage, Rick. Not the Nashville defense on the left side, but the right side.
9 carries, 61 yards already for Allen Gator Ray.
Scrappers not picking up those traps over there. First and goal for the Bearcats. Handoff, Gator Ray powers it toward the end zone, and he's held back at about the 1-yard line. I've got 12 plays coming up on this drive. Let's see if Rick's got that.
You're right. Yeah, 12
This will be
plays.
the 12th play. What a drive.
Started at their own 26-yard line.
1:24 left here in this first period. No score so far, but the Bearcats second and goal at the Scrapper, maybe just outside the 1. We'll call it 2. Ball on the left hash mark. Everybody in tight. They'll go to Ray, probably. Ray hit the backfield, falls forward, but he made it. Touchdown, Bearcats. That comes with 1:01 left in the first period, and Allen Ray scores from 2 yards out.
Well, they just fired off the cannon. 74-yard drive in 12 plays, capped off on a 2-yard run by Allen Gator Ray for Booneville.
Nothing fancy, Rick, and I don't think they'll do much more. The key play, I thought, was the diving catch
By Swin. That was good for 5 yards. It's the only pass they threw in that series.
And they're getting a lot of time here to get fixed up for the extra point. So here we go. Ray to kick it. There's the snap. The placement's down. The kick is up. I don't know. It's good. 7-0 Booneville. 1:01 left in the first period. We'll be back in just a moment. drive, 12 plays, took 5 minutes and 34 seconds, 75 yards, capped by a 2-yard run by Allen Ray. Extra point by Allen Ray. 1:01 left here in the first period. 7-0 Booneville here in this semifinal game between the Scrappers and the Booneville Bearcats.
It was Booneville's second offensive possession, as you mentioned, Charles. Looked like they found something they could do against the Scrappers. Did a good job blocking and did a good job putting it down the field.
There's the kickoff, and it will be taken. Looks like Haney tries to cut upfield. 30, 35. He's at the 40-yard line. Good run by Haney to give the Scrappers good field position at the 40.
Good field position, as you say. Haney with a good return. Nashville takes it over on their own 40-yard line. Charles, kind of like the situation they were a couple of weeks ago at Rivercrest. The Scrappers fell behind. They came out, drove right down the field, got some points. Scrappers behind now 7-0. And Pope's going to come in and guide them and see what we can do on offense here.
You look back on critical things, Rick. The movement on the line with 3rd and 1 a moment ago on that last drive. Look how big it looms now. 1st and 10 Scrappers from the 40, down 7-0. Split backs. Pope will send Scott in motion to his right. It'll be Pope or Scott on the reverse. Got a little bit of yardage, none, maybe 1. Boy, I tell you what, a job by Rowland to close on Scott. He was sent a little too deep on that reverse, Rick, and I thought he was going to get loose, and I thought he got, in fact, he did get across the 40, but they're going to mark him back at the 39, so it's a yard loss.
Scrappers so far, Charles, look back, Scrappers have got 2 yards in positive rushing so far. They've got 2 passes complete for 19, and that's what's happened to us in offense.
All
so
on the
far.
right hash mark, slot left, split backs. Pope wants to throw. Got enough time. Throws it for Willie Scott. Oh, and he was just too high, and he couldn't come. He had it in his hands. He couldn't come down with it at the 40-yard line of the Bearcats.
Scott
was
went
there.
up, made a great jump at it, had it for a moment, but he just couldn't come down with
Boy,
it.
he was there. It just, I mean, he had it, but he just couldn't hold on to it, Rick. It would have been a spectacular catch for him. 3rd down and 11. We don't need to be 3 and out. And give it right back to him. 8 seconds left in the first period. Scrappers down 7-0. Slot again to the wide left side. And they'll actually have even McFadden as a wing. And Pope wants to throw. It's going to be a screen. And he missed his man. They tried to screen to McFadden, and I don't know why it took so long for it to set up. Somebody just got either confused or held up. And Pope had to stay back there and fight for his life just to get it off, and he couldn't get him.
Pressure coming in from both sides. Had a long time looking downfield. Then they looked to set up that screen. McFadden finally broke from the backfield, Charles. But Pope had to do everything he could to get that one away.
3 and out. 1 second left in the first period. And Howard to punt from his own 30. He'll get it away. Blocked. It'll get a Scrapper bounce forward, though, to the 40. Inside the 40 now, rolling to about the 38. But I'll tell you what. The Scrapper line is going to have to stiffen up, or it's going to be a long night.
22 yards on the punt by Howard. No return, of course, and most of it getting a good roll, Charles.
That's the end of the first period. After 7-0 Booneville. We'll be back with the second period in just a moment. Starts the second period leading 7-0 with the ball on the right hash mark from their own 37. Wings each side. Lone setback. Ray. Handoff to Ray. Breaks it across the 40 to about the 41.
Anthony Jones grabs hold of him. A couple of defenders coming up, really piling in and pushing him back, Charles. But Ray is still going to carry it out over the 40.
Again, going over their left side, our right defensive side. That's where they've had their success in this game, Rick. And basically that's been it, except for the one pass. Ball right in the middle of the field at the 41-yard line of Booneville. Second down. About 6.5 yards to go. Same set. Looks like they're going to be in it all night. Rowland kneels down up under center. Hands off again. Big hole by Ray. Midfield, 49. And I think they believe that they can run on that interior Scrapper line.
Well, they can
and
almost
so far
run
they
Ray.
are.
I was going to say they can almost run Ray all night long the way they're doing it. Charles, he hits through there such a hurry. He's into the backfield. You've only got the safety men for Scrappers are having to make the tackles.
Well,
there's only one or two guys are back there, Charles. He could break one through here in just a moment, too.
He's a hard runner, but you got to give that offensive line the credit, Rick. They're just blowing the Scrappers off the line. No doubt about it. Scrappers are going to have to adjust. First down at the Scrapper 49. Rolling up under center. Ball in the middle of the field. Split in left. Long count. Again. No, he wants to option. Rowland will cut up field to about the 47. I thought the ball might have squirted out for a moment, but I guess it didn't. Mark at the 47-yard line. Rowland will pick up a good couple of yards, rather. So second down, about 8 for the Bearcats at the Scrapper 47. Bearcats leading 7-0. Ball on the right hash mark. They'll send their split in. Garrison wide to the left side. Wings each side again. Lone setback is Ray. Rolling up under center. Handoff on the wind around to Adair. He'll try to get outside. Scrappers are after him. There's a flag, and I don't know what they're going to call.
Well, I think Will Scrappers had a hold of him by the jersey, and then all of a sudden Adair tried to stiff-arm the guy to get away from him.
They may call a face mask against the Scrappers or against, I don't know.
Might have been against Booneville. Yes, it
was. It was the runner.
I thought I saw when that stiff arm came out, Charles, that he might have gotten into the, because the Scrapper defender had him by the jersey at that point.
Scrappers are going to refuse that penalty, I believe, to bring up third down and about 8. Scrappers refuse it. That was the ball carrier that time reaching out and getting the face mask, which is a very unusual call. You don't see that very much. But that's what happened. But the Scrappers refuse it.
10:07 to go in the first half. Booneville leading 7-0. They've got the football moved into Scrapper territory at the Scrapper 47-yard line.
Huge defensive play for the Orange Crush. There's an official calling a timeout for a moment. Booneville wants to talk it over. 9:57 left in the second period. 7-0 Booneville. We'll be back in a moment. You're listening to the Scrappers in the semifinals.
The Arkansas Activities Association supports good sportsmanship. All spectators have a responsibility while watching an athletic contest because their actions influence high school youth. It is important that they display the best of sportsmanship to help instill proper attitudes and ideals in these youth.
Booneville facing third down and 8 at the Scrapper 47. Scrappers just refused the 5-yard face mask penalty on the Bearcats to bring this situation to us. And I'll tell you, Rick, Scrappers need to really hold them here and get the ball back. Bearcats feeling pretty good with a 7-0 lead. Ball on the left hash mark, split in right, wings each side again. Rolling up under. It's going to be Rolling wanting to throw. Pressure on him. Scrappers may hit me for a loss. What a play! Tackle back at the 45 of the Booneville Bearcats. And coming up is Isaac King to sling him down. Anthony Kenny Jones had a chance, and he's the one that flushed him out first, and then King came up to finish him off.
Thrown all the way back to the 45-yard line. He's going to lose 8 yards on that play. Charles, Scrappers a moment ago with a 3rd and 8. They were in a good position to close them down. You know, when you've got that kind of yardage, got the opportunity, you've got to shut them down.
Orange Crush did its job that time. We got to get the Scrapper offense going. Gator Ray to punt it from the 35. End over end. Away from Willie Scott. Willie wants to field it. He will pick it up at the 22. Cuts back. He's not going to get anywhere at the 22-yard line. Woo, somebody really popped him.
Well, they kind of had him stood up there for a moment. 33-yard on the punt. Nothing on the return.
Nearly jerked his jersey off. I don't know if that's a good decision or not on him, but I'll tell you what, that young man is a battler. Willie Scott has got a heart as big as anybody has, and he is a competitor.
And he gets out there and enjoys practice. He's got a great attitude about everything. He's one of your great leaders out there, Charles.
Rick, they marked it a little outside the 22, so I'm going to call it the 23. Ball on the right hash mark. Scott to the left. Ball on the right hash mark. Howard on the wing on the right. Handoff up the middle. Jamone to about the 24, and that's it. Scrappers can't get away from the running game. They can't just throw all night. We need to throw, but we're going to have to throw effectively.
Got to kind of use everything, kind of keep them off guard, keep it balanced a little bit. So far, we really haven't got a running game up and going, though, Charles. Can't get a lot of yardage out of it.
About 2 yards on that.
But most of it, you're going to have to give credit to that Bearcat defense. You talk about their offense, but they play defense pretty well, too.
Ball just inside the right hash mark. Howard to the right. Scott to the left. Split backs. Pope up under center. Hands off up the middle. That's Charles Green to the 25, and that's it.
Only 1 yard, 2 yards at a time. That's how tough it is out there.
So the Scrappers facing 3rd down in about 7. Tough defense by the Bearcats, and they practice against the run all the time, Rick. So you know they ought to be a good run defensive team.
Exciting ball game. Seems like it's flying by in this first half. 7:50 to go in the first half.
Howard to the left. Pope to the right. Lone setback. Wanting to throw. Screens it out. It's going to be to Willie Scott. Cuts upfield. He's got a scrapper. No, he's short of the first down at the 32-yard line. Oh, I thought he was going to make it, but not quite. It'll bring up 4th down. Tackled at the last moment, Rick.
Someone was really on Willie over there when he made the catch, and Willie tried to do as best he could to get a move and get away from him, but Booneville did good to close in there.
That was that little flanker screen, but I'll tell you what, everybody's really covered that flanker screen well since Scrapper started making some good plays and having some success with that. So Howard to punt again. 3rd punt of the night for Howard. Swinton West back deep to receive. He almost had that one blocked. Somebody got a hand on it. He'll get this one away easier. It's a lot shorter kick. Must be off the side of his foot, and it's not even going to get to midfield.
It went out of bounds across the way over by the Scrappers, and they're going to mark it just outside the 45, maybe up to about the 46 of the Scrappers.
46-yard line. Boy, you're giving these guys great field position.
15 yards on the punt, went out of bounds, no return.
6:54 in the first half is all that's left. Booneville leading 7-0. Scrapper defense on the field again. It's been 3 and out, 3 and out. Got 4 on the first possession, and that's it. Booneville. Time of possession is really lopsided. Same set as always. Wings. It's a handoff to Ray. Breaks it outside and just bowls over people to the 40-yard line. Boy, he's a tough player. He lets them know it, too. Give him 6. 2nd and 4. Right in the middle of the field is where the ball is being placed at the Scrapper 40. Bearcats just trying to take it to them. They really feel it right at the moment. Scrappers have not got in sync yet offensively. Rolling. Hands off again to Ray. Scrappers on him this time, but he'll still pick up about 2 yards, maybe even 3.
As you mentioned, using Gator Ray, using the good blocking that is up front, and moved it down for a couple of more yards. Move it down close to the 40. Matter of fact, or outside the 40 or inside it, Charles, down to about the 37.
Third and about 2. Well, we got a score here. McGee leading Prescott 7-0 in the second period. Ball just inside the right hash mark. Bearcats probably won't do anything fancy right here. I'd look for Ray if it was me. Let's see what they do. It is Ray. Scrappers hit him, but he's just got that leg drive for the first down. I'm telling you what, Rick, he gets leaning forward, and you're not going to stop him. They may want to measure it, but he's got it, trust me. Well, they're measuring it. We were going to take a timeout, but I missed it, Rick, so we'll just have to hold it right here. Scrappers, Rick, defensively really haven't been playing that bad. They've given up some things, but they're going to be tired if they have to be out there all night long. Offense is going to have to start doing something. It's enough for a first down by the length of the football. First down, Bearcats at the Scrapper 35. 8 first down for the Bearcats, 1 single first down for the Scrappers. 5:24 left in the first half. Ball just inside the left hash mark. Everybody in tight. Handoff, Ray. No, it's going to be Rowland on the option. He's got it in the secondary. First down for Rowland as he gets to the 25 to the 24-yard line. Everything clicking right now for the Booneville Bearcats. Well, they've run this thing for years up here, and they run it well, Rick.
He picked up 12 yards, Charles. That gave him the first down as it moves it inside the 25-yard line on the 24 of the Scrappers. And as you mentioned, Rowland did a good job optioning out there, kept it, turned it upfield, good yardage.
Ball on the left hash mark. Wings each side. Ray, the lone setback, rolling up under center. Looks him over. Handoff to Ray. He'll try to get over the right side, and he'll pick up about 4 yards on that carry to the 20-yard line. He's just a workhorse, Rick. That's what he is, a plow horse. Mark him the 20.
You've really got to get squared up on him to bring him down, Charles. You can't reach out. You can't arm tackle. And he does a good job when he turns it upfield. He goes east and west. In this case, he keeps it turned upfield.
2nd and 6 at the Scrapper 20 for the Bearcats. Ball just inside the left hash mark. Everybody in tight. Lone setback is Ray. Rowland looks him over. Wants to reverse with the wing back. He'll try to get outside. Scrappers hit him in, but not until he gets to nearly the first down marker at the 15-yard line.
Zach Adair, number 24 on the carry that time.
We'll see where they mark it. It's very close to another first down. It's going to be about a yard shy or less. 3rd and less than a yard. Well, Rick, if they don't pick up the first down here, you know they're going for it. 3rd down and 1 at the Scrapper 15. Look for Gator Ray. Ball on the right hash mark. Wings each side again. Everybody in tight. Handoff to Ray, right up the middle. Scrapper stuffing. Ball, no, he gets loose. Touchdown, Gator. No, that's Rowland. Touchdown, Rowland. I thought he gave it to Gator, but he kept it on the option. 15-yard run by number 12. 3:21 left in the first half.
It took 7 plays to drive in from 46 yards. They took over the football on the Nashville 46-yard line. 7 plays, 46 yards, capped off on a 15-yard run by Brandon Rowland. 13-0. Booneville leading with a point-after attempt coming up.
Boy, the Bearcats look tough. But
Charles, you have to remember what they did last week. Well, they scored in the first half.
And Star City came back. There's the snap. The placement's down. The kick is up. Looks like it's down the middle. It is. 14-0 Booneville. 3:21 left in the half. We'll be back in just a moment. Bearcats have had the ball about 15 minutes, Rick, here in this first half of play.
And you pointed it out a moment ago, Charles. Our last 2 possessions, it's been 3 and out for us, and we've only picked up that 1 first down in this first half so far.
Well, the offense is going to have to help a little bit. And
what's really been the story has been Allen Gator Ray. I've got him with 94 yards on 17 carries.
There's the kickoff. It will be taken and fumbled. Scrappers pick it up. Cutting upfield. Good hole. 40, 45, 50, 45. Oh, goes out of bounds. No. The Bearcats recover it.
That was number 8 that recovered it.
Scrappers fumble it away.
Had a good return, Charles. We bobbled it, and then all of a sudden that opened up, had a pretty good return, tackled over here on the near side, and the fans here have just hit all new decibels as far as making noise.
Haney on the return had a good one. Coughed it up at the 44-yard line of the Bearcats.
I was ready to keep Nashville stats, try to get a little bit of out of this last 3 minutes and 13 seconds. Booneville with a big turnover.
Les Knuckles recovered that for the Bearcats. Ball on the left hash mark for the Bearcats, leading 14-0. Handoff met in the backfield is going to be Allen Ray. Scrappers running back. They're going to give him forward progress of a yard, Rick, and he didn't get it. They should have had him back behind the line of scrimmage. They do mark him back just a little, Rick, but he lost more than that. Second and about 10 and a half for the Bearcats. Scrapper Orange Crush needs to step up, Rick. Scrappers are in a hole. They can't give up anymore and come back. I'm not saying they can't. They just don't need to do it. It'd really be a hole. Ball on the left hash mark. Second down, a little over 10 for the Bearcats. Rolling, hands off, Ray, up the middle. Stuffs him there. He'll get across the 45 to about the 47.
They've got a couple of blockers keep going downfield. He's got blockers with him. They're just piling through there, driving through there, Charles, to pick up that yardage.
Rick, I'll tell you what, it's the offensive line that's doing it. He don't have a fullback blocking for him. It's just right up the middle for him. And that's it. They're doing such a good job. And then they've run a couple of little options that's really worked for them with Rowland. Third down, big defensive play for the Scrapper Orange Crush defense. Ball on the left hash mark, split in right. Wings each side. Ray, the lone setback. Rowland wants to throw. Pressure again. Still on the run. McCullough will tackle him at about the 49-yard line of the Bearcats. Which will bring up fourth down in about 5. Well, McCullough really putting the heat on him and was able to catch up to him. Let's see if the Bearcats want to punt it. I would be surprised if they did not, leading 14-0. Fourth and about 5 for the Bearcats. It'll be Haney and Scott back deep to receive.
When the Scrappers get the ball, it'll be less than a minute to go in the first half.
And Ray standing on about his own 36 to punt it away. Low snap, he'll get it away. He'll kick it toward Haney. Haney will touch it and have to pick it up back at the 5. He'll try to get out of that.
He's going to be tackled in end zone.
About the 1. Tackled him at the 1. Another mistake by the Scrappers.
I thought there for a minute they were going to get him tackled back in the end zone, Charles. Very fortunate to even get back out to that point. 50 seconds to go in the first half.
He ran up too far to try to get it, and he tried to field it, touched it, went over his head, then ran back, caught it, or got it finally at around the 5. But I'll tell you what, the Scrappers have just not been in sync in this game at all. 50 seconds left in the half. We just need to get out of the half. Only down 14-0. We don't need to even give up a safety here. Brian Pope up under center. Ball fumbled. Boy, he just barely got it at the 1, I think. Man alive. What in the world are we doing? Pope got it back. I think there's going to be a timeout on the field. 41 seconds left in the half. 14-0 Booneville. We'll be back in a moment. here in Booneville where the Bearcats are leading 14-0. Scrappers with the ball on their own 1-yard line, facing second down. And just trying to get out of the first half alive.
41 seconds to go. I think it was Booneville that called the timeout a moment ago. They're wanting something to happen here. They're wanting a turnover.
I believe they've got one more left.
They do.
Scrappers have been known to throw it from the end zone. Pope up under center. Scott and Howard to the left. Pope's going to throw it. Looks, throws it downfield. Fly pattern. It's going to be intercepted at the 35 by number 1, Brad West. Listen to this Booneville crowd. Everything's going good for the Bearcats. Scrapper 35 with 35 seconds left in the half.
Well, the defense hadn't had much of a chance to be over on the sidelines, Charles. You talked about the time of possession a moment ago. That was a quick turnaround. Scrappers only with 2 plays. They've got to do something here, not to give up any more points. Something can happen, though. 35 seconds to go. Booneville leading 14-0.
All right, ball just inside the 35. Split in to the left. Handoff. No, he wants to throw it. Pressure. He'll try to throw it downfield. Incomplete. Scrapper's trying to make a diving attempt for an interception. That kind of surprises me, Rick, a little bit that they would even throw the ball.
You know, Rowland did a good job, Charles, to get the ball away. He kind of was flushed out of the pocket, stepped back up a little bit, and kind of really did a good athletic move to get the ball away that time.
I believe they've got one more timeout, do they not, David? Yes,
right.
They do.
1.
30 seconds left in the half. 14-0 Booneville. Ball on the right hash mark. Split in left once again. Rolling up under center. He wants to throw again. Rolls. Scrapper's going to tackle him back at the 42-yard line. Well, that was a mistake. He should have thrown that thing away, Rick. I think he could have done it, but he was rolling to his left. Right-handed thrower, and that really hurt him. Clock running, 10 seconds.
If they call a timeout, they may call it right here with only about 5 seconds to go. They may let it, they're going to call timeout with only 5 to go.
3 seconds left on the clock. They're going to try one more play. Timeout, back in a moment. Here in Booneville, the Bearcats leading 14-0 over the Scrappers. 1 play left, barring a defensive penalty. 3 seconds on the clock. Booneville at the Scrapper 41. Ball will be on the left hash mark. They evidently only are going to use 1 set tonight, so you got a wing on each side, or 2 sets, because sometimes they bring that split in. They'll be in tight. Rowland wants to throw again. Throws it downfield. It's going to be just overthrown. Intended for Swint. Travell Green on the coverage. That's the end of the first half, ladies and gentlemen. The Scrappers down by 14. It's 14-0 Booneville. We'll be back with halftime right after these messages.
organizations that belong to the National Federation of State High School Associations. And they set the rules and regulations for these playoff games.
All right, they're ready to kick it away. Garrison will kick it. Here's the kickoff. It's a good one. They're going to let it go all the way into the end zone. It'll be brought out to the 20. Well, the Scrappers tried to flip-flop Haney and Scott that time, and this time instead of kicking it to the Scrappers, he just got a toe in it. Almost went into the end zone on the fly. Hit it about the 4 or 5 yard line and went on in the end zone. Scrappers, 20-yard line it is.
Scrappers coming out, pick up first downs, get something going, or if they want to able to strike in a hurry. Charles, one thing we thought earlier, we thought they might be able to throw the ball and perhaps even across the middle.
Well, they're going one-on-one with Scott, Rick. This man coverage, he's been open. We just got to get the ball to him. Wants to throw, pressure. He'll throw it out, incomplete, intended. Boy, I talk about pressure on Pope that time, intended for Jamone Johnson. Knuckles rather, sacked him back there, but he got it away for an incomplete pass. But Rick, they tried to look like a little screen out that time, and I don't know, hadn't worked. Screen hadn't worked for us in about, it seems like forever.
Screens have been tough. Booneville stepped up, did a good defensive job.
Slot to the left side, ball in the middle of the field. Pope again drops, wants to throw. Little bit of time, throws it out to Scott, complete on the sidelines for a first down at the 33-yard line. Ricky's been open. He's open on that out pattern almost every time. He can beat his man. I don't know about on the go pattern, but on the out patterns, he's been open.
Charles, they're going to mark it up just shy about the 33-yard line, just shy of the 34, so 13-yard pickup, first down.
First down, Scrappers. We need to move it down and get us a touchdown and get back in this ball game. 14-0. Bearcats. Ball on the left hash mark. Scott left, Howard right. Split backs. Handoff up the middle. That's going to be Charles Green, and he gets about 2 or 3 yards. We wait till the spot at around the 37-yard line, I believe, maybe even the 38. I'm going to call it the 38, Rick. It might be just a little shy of that. I'm going to give him 4. Second down and 6. Ball still on the left hash mark. Scrapper offensive line is really going to have to stiffen up here. Lone setback now for the Scrappers. Pope wants to throw it. Passes it. Complete to Howard. Cuts back. 45. Outside the 45 to the 48-yard line, and he just couldn't shake his man, Rick. It's a Scrapper first down at the 48.
Charles, what I like so far, what we're seeing, the Scrapper offense is coming out. They're holding their composure. They're just coming out, executing plays, moving the ball downfield. And, Charles, I like what I see so far.
It wasn't but about a two-step drop that time for Pope. Ball on the right hash mark. Slot to the wide left side. Backs are split. Pope up under center. Wants to roll and throw again. Looks, throws it downfield, almost to Willie Scott, and then an interception almost.
Willie went up high for it, but it was still off his fingertips, and then that ball could have been intercepted, but Charles, it was just really thrown pretty high.
It was crowded right there. I'll tell you what, if Willie hadn't have touched the ball, I believe that number 1, Brad West, might have intercepted that one. Second and 10, Scrappers from their own 48. Ball still on the right hash mark. Scott this time to the near right side. Howard to the wide left side. Split backs, Jamone Johnson and Charles Green. Pope drops, wants to throw. Scramble. Throws it. It's going to be complete. First down. Inside the 40 to the 36. And I believe that's Charles Green on the reception. It was. They'll actually mark it the 37. Boy, Pope stepped up in the pocket. He was really pressured. Got just enough time. What a job by Pope to pick out his man.
Well, you know, somebody actually got a hand on his jersey, Charles, but as you mentioned, he stepped back up in. Great job getting the pass away.
Ball on the left hash mark. I formation now. Slot is in tight on the right side. Toss sweep. That's going to be Jamone. He'll try to get outside. Breaks a tackle. He could go. 25-20, 15-10, 5. Touchdown, Scrappers. Touchdown, Jamone Johnson.
37 yards on the run for Johnson. Scrapper's been using the pass. Johnson good blocking out on the end, and they got him around, and Johnson went in for the score.
Oh, man. Almost went out of bounds, Rick. I thought they were going to get him deep. He had to go a little deep on that outside toss. And, Rick, once he turned the corner, the pursuit couldn't catch up with him.
7 plays, 80 yards, capped off on a 37-yard run by Jamone Johnson. Scrappers 14-6 with a PAT coming up.
Stony Ray in to attempt the point after. All these things are very important now. Poke to hold. Good snap. Placement's down. Kicks up. And it is good! And it's now 14-7 in favor of the Bearcats. 10:23 left in the third. We'll be back with a Scrapper kickoff in just a moment. Scrappers go 80 yards in 7 plays. Took 1 minute and 37 seconds. Scrappers on the board. We talked about it. We said they need to do something good to electrify themselves, and they've done it.
Well, Charles, that time I think they used the pass a lot to set up the run. Scrappers will like to throw the ball. They're showing they can throw it, and that's set up for Jamone. Good blocking out here on the corner, and when he got outside, Johnson did a good job to go in for the score.
He's going to be hard to catch if he gets outside, Rick. He's got the speed. All right, Scrapper Crush needs to do it now on defense. Stoney ready to kick it away. Ball is on the left hash mark for Stoney, and he can't get his shoe tied up.
Need a good kick here. You need to get it high. You need to get it down there as much as you can. Get good coverage down there.
All right, here we go. Finally got it tied up. Here's the approach by Stoney. And he'll kick one, and it'll hit and fumbled at about the 15. Picks it up there to the 20. Got it. Looks like Ace Howard finally hems him in at around the 30. Picked it up at the 15, about a 15-yard return or so. And who was that, Rick? Was that number 34, Stephen Lee? I'm not sure who that was. That couldn't have been. Must have been 24. I'm sorry, Zach Adair. I'm going to call it the 30 because that's where it's at.
Let's see how the Scrapper defense now responds. Let's see how Booneville responds. Scrappers have made it tighter. Booneville leading 14-7.
Scrapper just needs to contain their composure. They're back in it. They're only down 7 now. Here we go. Handoff up the middle to Ray. Not much. Couple of yards to about the 32.
I believe that was Miles McCullough. First hit him.
First hit him. Boy, they're doing a good job of opening holes, though, Rick, with that. That offensive line is really doing a fine job. Outsized, I might add, also. 2nd down and 8 for the Bearcats at their own 32-yard line. A little outside of it, so I'm going to call it 33. Ball is on the left hash mark. Wings each side again. Rolling up under center. Wants to give that little reverse. Scrappers finally get him. Benson hit him first at the 35. They're going to give him a little shy of the 35. Boy, Benson closed in a hurry. He'll unload on you. Give him 2 more. 3rd and about 6 now for the Bearcats at their own 35-yard line.
Big critical play coming up 3rd and about 6. And Charles, you'd like to see the Scrapper defense shut them down here because then that offense could get the ball right back.
Well, they've got to do it. Ball just inside the left hash mark. Same set as always. Rolling up under center. Looks him over. Hands off. Same play. Outside. He'll get outside this time. Got some yardage. Scrappers will tackle him at the 45. Boy, they sealed it off over there on that side. And a good play, I believe, by that Stravell Green over there to save more yardage than that.
Charles, looked like somebody on the offensive line really moved in a hurry. They're doing some good blocking. They may be jumping off there just in time.
Well, Rick,
it looked like somebody jumped early.
They're just getting off on the snap is what they're doing. That's why they're gaining the yardage that they are. They're just well schooled, and that's what's happening. Beating us off the snap. First down at the 45 for the Bearcats. Rolling again up under center, handoff. That's going to be the big boy. Gets about a yard. Scrapper's trying to pull the ball out of his hands. Host of Scrappers in there. Give him about a yard on the play. That is Gator Ray on the carry.
21 carries tonight, 101 yards for Gator Ray.
2nd and 9. Well, we need to hold him to that. They hadn't run that many plays, Rick. Actually, they've run those little sweeps with their wingman or Ray kind of off tackle or up the middle. And that's been about it. They've tried to throw it a couple of times. Once successful for a big first down. 2nd down and 9 from the 46. Handoff Ray. Up the middle again. Thrown back. Big defensive play again by the interior.
Gary Graham, and also in there is going to be Anthony Jones, and also let's come up here with this. We had Lee Jefferson, I believe, in there, if I'm not mistaken.
3rd down and about 9. Scrapper defense has decided they want to stop that up the middle stuff. I don't know about the outside, but they got tired of Ray running wild up the middle. Now there's going to be an official timeout for just a moment. I think Scrappers have someone with a helmet problem. So official timeout. Must be a chin strap giving, I think that might even be Miles McCullough. Ball just outside the 45. He actually lost maybe just a...
I heard the Scrapper yell all the way from across the way there, Charles, so our fans are in this. They're enjoying this one.
Huge 3rd down play right here for the Scrapper Orange Crush defense. 3rd and 9. Ball on the right hash mark. He wants to throw it. Throws it downfield. Has a man, and it's caught at the 44, 35. 34-yard line it is. What a play.
Well, Booneville seems to be able to come up with the plays when they need them.
Ball was right on the money to number 88, Dupree, at the Scrapper 34. All right, we gave them a play. We need to go ahead and get back on defense, not let it worry us. We don't need to let them drive down and score. That's just one big play that they made in this half, and we need to stop them. First down at the Scrapper 34. Rolling, hands off to Ray. No, he keeps it. Scrappers have him in the backfield, trying to pull the ball out, and they don't get it. They got his helmet, though. Oh, the fans don't like that. That's football, folks. If you can't handle it, you better turn in your jersey. Back at the 36 is where they're going to mark it. They thought that he was going to try an option, I believe, but he never had a chance. The official saying, calm down just a little bit, folks. About a 2.5 yard loss. We'll call it 2nd down and about 12 back at the 36 now. Ball on the left hash mark. Clock running, 6:09 left in the 3rd. Do the little sweep again with Adair trying to cut back. He meets his opposition this time, and I'll tell you what, Benson just rode him down. Let's see where they mark him. They're going to mark him on the 35.
You got Andrew Westfall and Benson in on that tackle.
Boy, the fans don't like it.
They didn't let him get outside.
They've gained a couple of times on that play with Adair, number 24. That is Zach Adair. And he's got that little move when he gets out there in that first hit, then he spins off of it, and that time Benson met him when he did it. 3rd and about 11 at the Scrapper 35. Ball just inside, well, I'm going to call it in the middle of the field. Split in now to the left. Again, wings on each side, rolling up under center. Wants to throw, drops, pressure. Scrapper's going to tackle him back at the 40.
That was a good defensive series. They let him get away and get a good pass against him, Charles, but the Scrapper defense came up with a good series.
Well, that's what we said, Rick. That's one play, but that's all.
That's right. You coached them well.
It's going to bring up 4th down at the 40 now. That's the Scrapper 40 for the Bearcats. It'll be 4th and about 17 yards to go.
Booneville leading 14-7, 4:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. Booneville's now going to punt to the Scrappers.
Ray standing on his own 46. And Scott at about the 9. There's the snap. It's a good one. No pressure.
Oh, he can punt that ball.
Scott will field it at the 1. Tries to cut back. And he's going to be tackled. Oh, my. Back at about the 1-yard line. We've done it twice. We let that one go. It goes in the end zone.
He got off a good punt that time. Ray showed that he's a good punter. As you mentioned, Charles, it was down to about the 1-yard line, 39 yards on the punt.
That's going to be at about the 2 or 3, I think, is where they finally will mark it. All we have to do is let that one go, and it goes in the end zone. You know, you got that rule. If it's inside the 10, let it go. But Scott's trying to make something happen. We'll call it the Nashville 3. Split backs. Slot to the left. Ball on the right hash mark. Pope wants to throw. Trouble. Throws it. Incomplete. Boy, they want grounding, but it's not. He had a receiver there. Good job by Pope to just throw it and get rid of it.
And Charles Pope has thrown the ball away before, and he threw it into the middle high, and it was intercepted. That time he threw the ball down, but he had a back or someone that he could have thrown it to, but he was trying to get rid of it.
Well, he had Jamone right there. In fact, if he'd have hit Jamone might have picked up a little bit, but he threw it, and he threw it hard right at his feet just to get rid of it. Scrappers having trouble getting the play. It's not time to get rattled down on your own 3-yard line.
No, and you've got to realize just how much Pope has learned in quarterback, and he's doing a good job.
7 seconds. Scrappers need to run a play. Split backs. Handoff up the middle. Charles Green gets out to about the 5-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down now. .409 and counting.
You like to see at least getting a 1st down, then getting something. If we don't get something going, at least get a good punt away, because you don't want to give up field position.
3rd and about 8 for the Scrappers at their own 5. Split back, slot left. Pope drops, wants to throw. Pressure, throws it across the middle, complete. At the 15-yard line, it's a 1st down for the Scrappers at the 15-yard line. Boy, Rick, that is a tremendous 1st down.
That pass complete to Howard. Clutch play because it came up with that 1st down.
Tremendous play right there for the Scrappers. First 3rd down conversion of the night for the Scrappers, Rick. The ball is on the Scrapper 15. And Pope waiting for the signal from Coach Laird. Scrappers breaking huddle. Need another drive. Ball right in the middle of the field. Slots in tight on the left side. I formation. Toss sweep. That'll be Jamone. He's outside. 1st down. He's in the loose. He breaks a man. Oh, he tripped over him at the 40-yard line. I'll tell you what, Rick, if he had just been able to jump over that man, he might have gone.
Just tripped
out
up
to the
enough.
40.
I believe the one guy that was back there a moment was going to be Swint. He fell down, then just tripped up Johnson. And Johnson stumbled and came down at the 40-yard line.
Booneville Bearcats call their first time out of the 2nd half. Scrappers down by 7, 14-7. Ball on the Scrapper 40 now. We'll be back in just a moment. Booneville's talked it over. They say, hey, we got to stop this stuff. Ball on the left hash mark. Scrappers moving from their own 3-yard line out to the 40 now, 1st and 10. Slot is in tight on the right side. Ball on the left hash mark. Handoff up the middle for about 5 to the 45-yard line. And that's Jamone Johnson on the carry. Jamone will pick up 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 Scrappers. Well, the Booneville Bearcats know they're going to have to watch the run now. They know the Scrappers can run the ball. Ball is just inside the left hash mark. Slot now to the right. Split backs. Pope up under center. Waiting the snap. Handoff. Jamone Johnson outside. 1st down. 50, 45. Inside the 45. fights for yardage to the 41. Jamone Johnson running like a man possessed. 7 first downs for the Scrappers after only, what, 1 in the first half. Scrappers up to 7.
14-7 with Booneville leading, but the Scrappers driving again. As you mentioned, Charles, has started at the on 3. Now they're in Booneville territory.
Went behind Smith and Reeves that time. Split backs. Scott left. Howard right. Ball's on the ground. Who got it? I think the Bearcats got it. Oh, my, my, my. Another exchange problem. Holloway came up with it. At the 42-yard line. It was an exchange problem. We just got to overcome those things. 2:17 left in the third. Scrappers were moving the ball well.
Booneville now with that turnover, they'll take over on their own 42-yard line.
It's back to the defense again. They're going to have to step up again. Ball on the right hash mark. Everybody in tight for the Bearcats. Rowland wants to hand off to Ray. Met, penalty flag. Well, that came out in a hurry. Let's see what it is. He gets it.
Held him for no gain. I don't think he picked up anything. They're doing a good job on that defense, stopping Ray. Good adjustments made at halftime by the Scrapper defense.
All right, we got an illegal motion here against the Bearcats. Illegal shift,
Miles
actually.
McCullough right now, and they're going to step this off now.
Illegal shift. I think they'll refuse it.
They do.
Yes, they do. There was no gain on the play.
Bearcats have moved back quite a bit, but the Scrappers refuse it.
And that'll be actually no penalties against the Bearcats in this game. Scrappers have refused 2. Ball still on the right hash mark. 2nd and a little over 10 for the Bearcats. Handoff. Gator Ray fights for yardage. Picks up a couple more, maybe 3. A little shy of the 45, I believe. That'll be about 3 on the play. Big 3rd down play for the Scrapper Orange Crush. They've got to step up. Need to do it. Well, last time they threw a nice little pass downfield, Rick. Might be time for an interception if they try that. Let's send their split end to the left. White will pick him up. Ball on the right hash mark. Rowland looks everybody over. Long count. Hands off. No, he wants to option. That'll be Rowland. Big yardage. First down at the Scrapper 45.
Good call, good execution. That's been their 2nd best play. Ray's not been picking up the yardage, so Rowland keeps it himself.
Well, I think they know that the Scrappers are going to try to stop Ray. They actually mark it to 46.
He picked up 9, moved it into Scrapper territory at the 46.
Ball on the right hash mark. 1:03 left in the third. Wings each side. Split into the left again. Rowland. Hands off to Ray. Not a whole lot. He'll get across the 45 to about the 44. And Rick, I've totally lost how many plays in this, on this drive.
This is going to be the 5th one coming up.
All right, just what I had. 2nd down, about, I'll just call it 9. He got it just across the 45. Ball still on that right hash mark. They'll send Swint wide right as a split in. 2nd and 9. Rowland. Hands off. Adair in traffic. Almost got away. Almost got away again. Actually, I thought the ball might have came out over there as a big pileup, but it did not. Give him about a yard to the 43. Scrapper defense playing really well at the moment, Rick. They've only given up about 2 big plays in this.
They gave up the pass play, and then they gave up a run by Rowland a moment ago, and that's been about it.
At the end of the third period, it's 14-7 Booneville after 3. We'll be back with the 4th and final period of the semifinal AAA playoff game in just a moment. folks. This is the way it is. We need to stop them on this play. And I'll be surprised if they throw it, because they haven't. They've had 2 pass plays that's been complete. They've had some sacks. And the last time the Scrappers did sack Rowland, and they have had more success running the ball by far than they have passing it.
We've got an undefeated team with the Booneville Bearcats out there. Scrappers 11-2. In the next 12 minutes, it's going to be decided who's going to go to that championship ball game next week.
Who wants it the most? It's anybody's game at the moment. Ball on the right hash mark for the Bearcats. 3rd and about, we'll call it 8. Split end to the left. Rolling up under center. Wings each side. Lone set back is Ray. Rowland again does want to throw. Pressure. He'll scramble. Scrappers are going to tackle him. No gain. Maybe a couple of yards at about the 42. And it'll bring up 4th down now. And about 6 yards to go for the Bearcats. And it looks like they're going to send in their punting unit.
This would be a time for a return, Charles. It's time to get something going. Booneville leading 14-7.
Twin safeties back this time for the Scrappers. But I'll tell you, Ray really boomed one the last time.
Good punter.
Really boomed it. Scrappers don't need to start on their 3 this time. Or the 1 or the 2. Here we go. Here's the punt. He'll hit it at about the 48. End over end kick. It will be taken by Haney.
Oh.
Man, I'll tell you what, a play. Well, it's at the 10-yard line. A great play by Trey Holloway. Fought through a block to make the tackle. Everything going right at the moment for the Booneville Bearcats. Well, Scrappers got to start a long way away again. 11:09 left in this game. 14-7 Booneville Bearcats. Ball on the right hash mark. Split backs. Scott to the wide left side. Howard right. Pope up under center. Wants to throw. Throws it incomplete. Boy, he got hit right when he threw that one.
Caused it to be underthrown, Charles, and as you say, he was hit as he threw it.
He was trying to hit Corey Smith, and he just got hit right when he threw it. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Scrappers need to pick up yardage. Sending a player in, and we need to get these plays in. Play clock at 15 seconds. Need to hurry. 12 seconds. Breaking the huddle now. 10 seconds. Slot to the wide left side. Split backs. Pope up under center. Hands off. Hit at about the 12 or 13-yard line. That's Jamone Johnson. Now, that's Travell Green, isn't it, Rick? Well, they've got the jersey so dirty now. It's kind of hard to tell who that is.
I'm going to put the glasses on, find out for sure who's in the backfield.
All right, here we go. Big 3rd down and 7 now for the Scrappers at their own 13-yard line. Pope up under center, slot right. Pope drops, looks, wants to throw, pressure, throws it downfield. Caught by Scott for a 1st down at about the 24-yard line. What a high leaping catch by Scott. Oh, man, what a play. Boy, did he have to go up in the air for that penalty flag against the Scrappers. I didn't see it. Well, I think we're going to have a hold against the Scrappers, Rick. Boy, it's hard to believe that the Bearcats haven't committed a penalty in this ballgame. We ran into that last week. They've had 2 minor penalties. Well, they've got to take the penalty or the Scrappers have a 1st down.
Well, it didn't seem like that play took that long that a hold call would come out of that play.
Well,
it didn't take that long. Yeah, I saw it.
And they're going to walk it off from the 10 where it occurred. Half the distance. My, inside the 5 at the 3-yard line. All right, Coach, what are you going to call here? Got you back against the wall. Down by 7. 3rd down and about 18 yards to go. Pope up under center, slot right. Pope wants to throw. Throws it downfield. Incomplete. to hit Scott at the 20, and it goes incomplete. It'll be 4th down. Scrappers have to punt out of the end zone. Couple of penalties. You take back a couple of penalties, boy, have really hurt us. And, of course, a turnover.
We said going in that was going to be this kind of a ball game, close ball game. Any one little mistake, any one little turnover could cost you. 10-14 to go in the game. Booneville leading 14-7.
All right, we've got to have a good kick. Howard can't step out. There's a snap. It's a high one. He'll get it away. End over end kick. They'll field it. They'll want to reverse it. No, that'll be Swimp. Scrappers missed it. Gets a return. Scrappers will knock him out of bounds at only at about the 20, however. They faked the reverse. Swint kept it to the Scrapper 20. Full field position has really been in favor of the Bearcats. We're going to call it, actually, they're going to mark it the 22.
32 yards on the punt, 10 yards on the return by Swint.
But they're down here where they can run the clock. 10 minutes left in this game. Ball on the left hash mark. Rolling up under. In motion. Hands off. Roland will keep it. Gets away from another one. He could go. Touchdown, Bearcats. .22-yard run by number 12. One play. That comes with 9:55 left in the ball game.
Scrapper defense have been doing a good job closing down Charles. Rowland took advantage that time, took it back outside, went in, 22 yards for the score.
Scrappers were down a little bit, Rick, and they shouldn't. You know, this game isn't over. We can strike at any time. But we're going to have to eliminate mistakes. Scrappers jump over penalty flag now against the Scrappers. I don't know what that's all about. Well, if they keep doing that, they might want to go for a two-pointer. Dead ball, offsides, Nashville. Half the distance. If they do it again, don't be surprised if they don't go for two. I think they went ahead and just refused it, which is good. Yes, they did refuse it. So they'll try it again. So here we go. There's the snap. Kicks up, looks good. It is 21-7 in favor of the Bearcats. 9:55 left in this game. Back in a moment. We were just talking, you can call holding on every play in high school football. And that one happened to come at a really bad time for the Scrappers. Coach Laird over there trying to get his team fired up. We need another electrifying play. Still plenty of time. 9:55 left in the game, but the Scrappers need to move it down the field and score. Down by 14, 21-7. Awaiting the kickoff by Garrison, and he'll kick it. It will be taken. Fumbled by Benson. Cuts upfield across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Best field position of the second half for the Scrappers at their own 33. Bearcats have had the ball at their own 30, their own 42, and then they scored on that one from the 22. The Nashville 22, that is. 9:45 left in the ball game, and the Scrappers down by 14. 21-7. Ball on the left hash mark. We got some new players out there, Rick. In motion is Scott out of the backfield. Pope wants to throw. Going to be rushed. Breaks a tackle. This time he's not going to get away at the 30. Well, I don't know what we were running, Rick. Honestly, I really don't. We had a whole bunch of new players out there.
No one was in the backfield. They had, I believe, Scott back there, and they put him in motion. No one back there. And both Booneville stepped up and said, we're just going to charge in and put a lot of pressure on Pope.
And that they did. Sacked him at the 30. And I thought he was going to look for Scott, but he really never looked that way. Oh, Howard and Scott. And looks like Jamone Johnson in the slot right. Pope drops again, wants to throw. Almost intercepted, or was it? No. Tried to flanker screen to Scott again. Played very well by John Chase.
9:04 to go in the ball game. Down by 2 scores, 21-7. Charles, you got to feel you need to get something going.
Well, we do need to get something going. You're right.
Booneville can kill 4 or 5 minutes when they have the ball on offense.
Third and about 15 yards to go now for the Scrappers at their own 30. And I'll tell you what, this series has not looked very good so far. 2 bad plays in a row. Ball on the left hash mark. Scott to the left, Howard to the right. Scrappers are going to call a timeout. Something's wrong. Somebody doesn't know what's going on, I guess. Timeout on the field. 9:04 left in the game. 21-7. Booneville back in a moment. McGee leading Prescott 35-0. 7 AAA struggling tonight. Scrappers not out of it, but they need a big 3rd down and 15 right here. Got to get to the 45 to get a 1st down. Lone set back is Charles Green. Trips right, all spread out. Pope up under center. Coming after him, straight drop. Pope fires it downfield, complete to Scott. 50, 45, come on, man, 40, 35, 30, 15, or excuse me, 25, and run out of bounds. I'll tell you, cuffed by Brad West at the 22.
Boy, I thought he could go all the way. He could have, Charles, just so close to breaking it on in for the score.
Wow, that's one fine play. I didn't think West had that much speed.
We talked about it. We had the tight end open in the middle earlier. Scott coming across the middle, open.
Good play. Good pass by Pope to hit Scott. Scott has played a tremendous game. Johnson checks out. He's worn out, but he's a gamer.
Picks up 48 yards, moves it deep into Booneville territory.
Lone setback is Charles Green. Pope to the left. Howard to the right. In the slot is Scott. Lone setback is Green. Pope wants to throw. Wants to screen it. Throw it. Oh, and just missed. I'll tell you what. Smith had his hands on it. It's probably a good thing he didn't catch it, Rick. Boy, I'll tell you what. Pope had him hanging all over him. Got his jersey nearly ripped off of him and threw it with people hanging on him. Tried to hit Smith in his hands, kind of behind him. But we would have lost yardage on that play had he caught it. That incompletion stops the clock with 8:47 left. 21-7 Booneville. Scrappers 2nd down and 10 at the Booneville 22. Need a touchdown. Put us back in it. Scott left. Howard right. Split backs. Pope wants to throw. Fires it downfield. Incomplete. Almost intercepted by Rowland. Rick, if he'd got it a little higher, I believe Smith might have had it.
Might have had it. He was right there at the goal line, Charles. Rowland did a good job from his defensive safety position to tip that, and it fell incomplete.
Boy, they're really dropping back. 3rd and 10, Scrappers. Scrappers know that they're in 4-down territory, down 21-7. They won't be trying a field goal tonight. They'll be going for it on 4th if they don't make it. Johnson checks out again. Scott, Howard, and Pope will check to the right. Lone setback is Charles Green. Pope drops, pressure, wants to throw, sets up, fires it, complete to Scott. Touchdown, Scrappers, I think. Yes! Did they give it to him? No, they only mark him at about the half-foot line, Rick. Oh, I thought he got in. They just didn't give it to him.
Scott now with 5 receptions on the evening, 98 yards, and I believe they're going to spot it down to the 1-yard line.
Well, he fell into the end zone. They just didn't give it to him. First and goal, Scrappers at the 1. Jamone Johnson, the lone setback. Handoff Jamone. Touchdown, Scrappers. And that comes with 8:17 left in the ball game. 1-yard run by Jamone.
7 plays, 66 yards. Scrappers go down the field and score. And, Charles, that was a critical score there. We needed that. Jamone Johnson capped it off on a 1-yard run.
Stony Ray in to attempt the point after. Need the extra point. Down 21-13. Poke to hold. Nate Steele snaps it. Placement's down. It kicks up. Looks like it's down the middle. Penalty flag. I don't know what they're going to call here.
Well, the way the Bearcat fans, they're going to call something against Scrappers. The way they're Scrappers backing up.
Illegal procedure against the Scrappers on an extra point. Boy, I'll tell you what, if we can't shoot ourselves one way, we're going to do it another. Guys, that's only a 5-yarder. Let's don't mark off 7 or 8. They'd gone all the way to the 10. Okay, finally they get it right. All right, Stoney, you got to do it again. Here we go. Poke to hold. Stoney to kick it. Here we go. Snap, placement. Stoney gets it up. Knuckler. It's good. Scrappers down by 7. It wasn't pretty, but it went through. 21-14 Bearcats. We'll be back with a Scrapper kickoff in a moment. Back here, the Scrappers have pulled it to within 7. The Scrappers now behind by 7, 21-14. We're waiting till they get it, things kind of straightened out. There's roughing the kicker is going to be called against the Booneville Bearcats. That took 1 minute 32 seconds on that drive for the Scrappers.
8:17 to go in the game with Booneville leading 21-14. The kick was good. They're going to mark the penalty off here on the kickoff, Charles.
Roughing the kicker marked off against the Bearcats on the kickoff.
They called the kick good, Charles, and we cut away for the break, and we really never saw a flag.
I did not. Scrappers will be kicking off from the 45, and you think, onside? Well, no, I don't think so. Stoney doesn't realize he's going to be kicking off at the 45. Placed his tee down there on the 40. Now he moves it upfield. Coach Laird trying to get Stoney's attention, decide what he wants to do. Get him a little talking to over there, and they finally get things lined out.
Well, I think all of a sudden they realize they need to move the ball up to the Booneville 45 to kick, and then all of a sudden hey, do you want it onside? So, we've kind of signaled, what are we questioning?
It would surprise me if they did that. I don't know. He's lined up like that's what he wants to do. Looks like it's going to be that. There it is. It's what it, no. Stoney will kick it out of bounds. Oh, boy. I mean, we line up and just flat kick it out of bounds. They'll get the ball on the 35-yard line.
Excellent position to really get them deep in their own territory.
I don't know what we were doing there. I don't think that's what Coach Laird had in mind, but nevertheless, that's what happened. We could have just went ahead and kicked it into the end zone, couldn't we?
Oh, yeah.
8:17 left. No time ran off the clock on that. They could refuse it, but they're not going to refuse that. What's the official doing?
Well, it beats me.
Now, unless there's something different. Okay. Evidently, it has something to do with the 15-yard penalty and the distance it is from where you kick it, Rick. That's all I can think of. They're going to mark it the 23. And maybe that was what Coach Laird wanted. Kick it out of bounds.
Oh, that'll work. We came out better on the field position we thought for a moment there.
So evidently they must mark it 25 yards from where or less, if it is less, which in this case it would be. So it went out of bounds at the 25. And that's being explained to the Booneville Bearcats coach. And that's all I can think of. I'm not aware of that, and evidently that is a rule, unless it's being changed out on the field at the moment. But I think that must be what it is. And evidently, anyway, the Bearcats will have the ball at the 23. Still 8:17 left. Scrappers need a defensive stand. It needs to be 3 and out. 21-14 Bearcats. Plenty of time in this ball game. Wings each side, split in to the right. Rolling up under. Wants to hand off to Ray. Boy, they hit him before he ever got to, oh, there's penalty flag. Let's see what that is. Well, we didn't see a whole lot of flags early, but they're starting to come out.
Oh, they're...
Bearcats are backing up. Or are the Scrappers backing up? Face mask penalty. Oh, my. Well, let's see if it's an inadvertent or a major. 5 yards, I believe. Yeah, 5-yard inadvertent. So it'll be first down and about 5 for the Bearcats at the 27.
Bearcats leading 21-14, 8 minutes to go in the game.
And counting. Every little play hurts right now if you're behind. Can't make mistakes. So first and a little over 5. That play occurred a little before the line of scrimmage. Rolling, hands off Ray again. Now he'll keep it. Rolling outside. Benson's got to tackle him in the secondary. All the way to the 47. Boy, Rollins, he's something else. Puts it in the belly of Ray and then pulls it out and goes around the outside. He hadn't really optioned it, Rick. He's just kept it. There's really no option. First down for the Bearcats at the 47.
Rowland picking it up now, 13 carries, 72 yards. Ray so far on the night, 25 carries, 106 yards.
All right, Scrappers just need to stop them at their own 47, or the Bearcat 47, that is. Ball on the left hash mark. Split into the right. Rolling up under center for the Bearcats. Wings on each side. Rowland taking all the time. Hand off. No, Rowland keeps it again. Gets across midfield to about the 48. I'm not sure Rowland's going to give it up. And he'll pick up about 4. 2nd and 6. It looks like Rowland is going to try to take this game into his hands. And they're going to let the play clock run. Well, they're taking a long time to set the ball, Rick, and then start the play clock. I mean, a long time. 6:44 and counting. And they're going to use every second on that play clock. 2nd and 6. Time running down. 48-yard line. 21-14 Bearcats. 2nd down and 6 Bearcats. Handoff on a little reverse. Scrappers trying to get him outside. And they'll tackle him. Good play by Travell Green. Back at the 49.
Adair gets up hurting a little bit. Adair did a little stiff arm, stuck his hand right up near Travell's helmet.
Yeah, Travell really collared him. Good job.
That may have been why he injured himself. He comes up hurting a little bit, Adair does, and it may have been because of that stiff arm.
He's got to come off the field. Let's see who takes his place. Two players coming out there, Garrison and Swint. Swint's normally a wideout.
3rd and 6, Charles.
They're going to have to call a timeout. They burn a timeout here. 5:46 left. Play clock was down to 3, so timeout on the field. I believe that's the second timeout for the Bearcats in this half.
Right.
5:46 left in the ball game. 21-14 Bearcats. Back in just a moment. We're not done. Oh, we're not done. 42-0 McGee right now, and they're still playing. We're still playing. 5:46. Boy, this is a big 3rd down right here. 3rd and 6. Booneville at the Scrapper 49.
Booneville took over about 8 minutes and something to go on this possession. It's down to 5:46. Yeah, Charles, it's very critical they stop them here, as everybody's been talking about.
Split into the left, ball on the right hash mark, wings each side. Rowland looks him over. He's like to keep it on the option, and that's how he's going to drop, and he's going to try to throw it. Throws it downfield for Swint. Incomplete off his hands. Oh, my. I thought he had it. Rick, it was just off his fingertips. Boy, boy. Scrappers have a chance. That'll stop the clock on the incompletion. 5:39 left. 4th down. Fourth down from the 49. Ray to punt. Scott, single safety for the Scrappers. Standing on about the 15. We need better field position this time off of the punt. Good snap, fumbled it around. He'll get it away. High kick. And Scrappers are going to get a good, decent field position at the 36-yard line.
Only picked up 13 yards on that punt, Charles. No return. It was a real short kick.
Best field position of the second half for the Scrappers at the 36. The only thing better tonight was the Nashville 40, and it was 3 and out. Can't do it this time. 5:30 left in this ball game. Scrappers have not had a real break in the game. Bearcats have played almost flawless football in this tonight. No penalties, I don't believe, walked off. Yes, there was. I'm sorry. They're roughing the kicker. Split back, slot right. Pope wants to throw. Fires it down field, incomplete. Hit him in the wrong place, in the hands. At the 45-yard line of the Bearcat, or excuse me, of the Scrappers. And it'll bring up 2nd down. A little bit behind him, but not so much that it was one of those balls you need to catch. Stopping the clock, 5:25, 2nd and 10, Scrappers. Slot right, ball on the left hash mark again. Split backs, Pope drops, wants to throw, throws it downfield for Howard, caught, and down at the 38-yard line.
Howard got behind the defenders, and Pope laid it in there real good, Charles, and out on the far side away from us, he came up with that, and it's inside the 40.
Rick, if he hadn't have fell down, he'd have scored. Nobody behind him. We're just glad he caught it at the 38-yard line of the Bearcats. 5:18 left in the ball game.
26 yards picked up on that particular play.
Could it be a miracle comeback for the Scrappers? Ball on the right hash mark. Clock running now. 5:05 and counting. Scott and Howard. Howard's in tight on the left side. Pope, toss sweep. That'll be Jamon Johnson. Not much. Maybe a yard or so.
Down under 5 minutes to go. 4:49. Clock still running.
We'll wait till they mark it. It's going to be around the 36-yard line. Well, we've had some success on that play here in the second half. It'll be second down, about 8.5 yards. Ball in the middle of the field for the Scrappers. Scott left, Howard right. Lone setback this time. Pope wants to throw, fires it, complete to Howard at the 30. And they run him out of bounds over there. Let's see where they give him progress, only to about the 31, I think. I think they read him out of bounds. And
well, I thought so too, but the clock's still running.
The clock's still running, so they have not. Evidently, he didn't get out of bounds. 4 minutes left. Third down, about 3, a little less than 3. Ball on the right hash mark. Scott and Howard to the left. Split backs for the Scrappers. Pope, handoff. Jamon cuts back. Big yardage. Could go. 10-5. Touchdown, Scrappers! Touchdown, Scrappers. No flags on the field. 3 minutes. 38 seconds left in the ball game.
What a game, too, Charles. Now it comes down 21-20. All critical extra point coming up.
Oh, boy. 31-yard run by Jamon Johnson. Boy, this kick is huge. Don't get nervous, fellas.
5 plays. They go in from 64 yards out.
3:38 left. We need to nail this one. Snap, placement, kick is up. Looks good. It is! We're tied at 21. We'll be back with a Scrapper kickoff in just a moment.
We come back, it's tied up. We've got an all different ball game now. 3:38 to go, tied 21-21. Jamon Johnson coming up with 3 touchdowns tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, that kid has played a ball game tonight. He's my hero tonight. But this game isn't over. 152 is what it took for the Scrappers on that drive. The Crush has got to step up.
Need a turnover, need a big defensive stand, something. But Charles, as you mentioned, you're really, and this ball game has been critical. You can't make a mistake.
Scrappers ought to feel good right now. They know they've come from behind. They didn't give up. Just kept believing. Coach Laird's done a great job with these guys in this ball game, I'll tell you. He's had his work cut out for him.
Scrappers were down. Scrappers were down 14-0 at half.
Ball on the right hash mark. Stoney kicks it away. It will be fielded at about the 5-yard line. He'll try to cut up field, and he'll be tackled inside the 20. Well, he should have let that go. I think it would have got out of bounds over there, Rick, about the 5-yard line. Good kickoff by Stoney.
And that was Benson down there to make the tackle.
Well, where do they mark it? It's going to be at around the 17-yard line, I believe. We're going to call it the 17-yard line of the Bearcats. Boy, if the Scrappers could get the ball back in regulation, who knows? Maybe the Bearcats are wearing down a little bit. Ball on the left hash mark.
Can't let them pick up a first. Really don't need to. 3:31 to go. Tied up.
Garrison split right with the ball on the left hash mark. Rolling up under center. Hands off to Big Gray. Across the 20 to about the 21 or 2. Pretty good run right there for Ray.
Be careful what they may be setting up. They've gone back to Ray. Haven't used him much in the second half.
Well, really?
But they could call Ray, and then Roland may keep it.
Well, really, I think they're trying to set up overtime, Rick. They just want to get out of here and not lose it. We got a couple of players hurt for the Scrappers. Big old Shelton Jefferson's hurting right now, holding his back. And we're going to have to send somebody in for him. Don Warren probably will come in. We've sent 2 guys out there. We need to count heads. And let's see, there's just a timeout for Shelton to get off the field. Looks like his lower back's hurting him. Limping off the field. Get over and shake it off, Shelton. Gotta have you, buddy. Picks up about 4 on that, so it's gonna be 2nd and 6. Clock now running, 3:05 left in this game. 21 all. And they'll send their split in to the right. That's Cox. Lone setback is Ray. Rolling up under center. Wants to hand it off to Ray. No, rolling an option. Gets a first down up to about the 35-yard line. That rolling's tough again.
He's done a great job running this offense, running this team tonight, Charles.
But you can tell the Scrapper defense is really, really tired. Looks like Shelton came back in. He's all right now.
About 12 yards pickup on that, just shy of the 35.
1st and 10 for the Bearcats. Rowland hands off to Ray. No, Rowland keeps it again, and he'll try to step out there, and Scrappers will hem him in at the 40. Boy, he's just a little ways away from breaking those things, Rick.
That's what scares you, and if he breaks one, Charles, he might could go the distance. He's got the speed.
Mark at the 41. Boy, I'll tell you what, Chris Benson, he is one tired young man. It's not time to get tired, fellas. Got to suck it up.
2:05 to go in the ball game. Clock running.
2nd down, a little less than 4. Plenty of time for somebody to score here. And there's a handoff to Ray up the middle for the first down.
He's out across up to the 45.
First down for the Bearcats. Scrapper defense really getting up slow. And I'll tell you what, listen, War Memorial's on the line here. You got to play some football now.
1:54 to go in the game. Tied up 21-21. It's at the Booneville 45-yard line.
They got a great field goal kicker, Rick, and Ray. We know that. Clock running, 1:45 left. Need to stop them. Wants to option, wants to throw, looks, throws it downfield, Swint, and out of bounds at the Scrapper 44. Again, no, that's not Swint, or was it?
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Swint.
Boy, we can't let them gain anything now. Plenty of time, 1:37 left. Ray's got the leg.
Yeah, you're talking about it. Yeah, we watched him, Charles, warming up, and you're going to get on down to where it might be placed down at about the 30, 32 or something like that. Easily, he could go for it there.
Clock won't start till the snap. He got out of bounds. Ball on the right hash mark. Garrison right. Has the split in. Handoff. Ray up the middle. Nothing. Breaks a tackle. Still going on his feet to the 40. Rick, he was right at the line of scrimmage. And I mean, just carrying, just got that leg drive. They'll mark him the 41. Booneville's got 1 timeout left, I believe. Clock continues to run. 1:20 left. Up to the line of scrimmage in a hurry.
They're driving toward the east, Charles. We've seen those goalposts before in the ball game. That's where we want it.
Here we go. Split in right. Handoff. No, he wants to option again. This time he gets a little bit of yardage. Let's see where they finally mark him as he gets inside the 40. All the way up to about the 36, I think, is where they're finally marking. Boy, he is elusive. Short of the first down. Clock running 50 seconds. Shelton Jefferson is still hurting. 40 seconds. Need to stop him here. Handoff. Maybe the first down. I don't know. See where they marked it. They may want to measure it.
Kind of ran it back to the middle, Charles, and you see what they're trying. I think they would go for that field goal if they get in that position and see the time down to 35 seconds.
If they could place it down on about the 30, he's definitely got the leg for it. 33 seconds. Well, we need to stop them. Don't let them gain anything. They're going probably with the big boy again. There he gets it. And they stop him for no gain on the play. Maybe just a little. They'll burn their last time out, I think. 2nd down. Scrapper's getting up slow. Who called that timeout, David? Did you tell?
I thought it was Booneville.
It was.
It was? David says it was.
Booneville's last one. All right.
Okay, timeout on the field. 19 seconds left in the game. 21 all. Back in a moment. We're back here in Booneville, tied at 21, but the Bearcats at the Scrapper 33. Bearcats have used their last time out. And Scrappers need to just hold them and see if that can happen. Rowland, very elusive as a quarterback. Scrappers need to come after him if he tries to throw it. Here we go. He wants to throw, looks. Little bit of pressure. Scrappers after him. Throws it away. Boy, there wasn't anybody over there. That ought to be a flag.
Yes, it is.
That should be a flag. It is. They finally there wasn't a receiver there. I think they're going to have intentional grounding. Yes. That's the call. Intentional grounding. That's loss of down. And he threw it at the 40.
Charles, this is big. This could take them out of that field goal range easily.
All right, mark it back now. Another 5 to the 46-yard line.
14 seconds, 21-21. The ball's marked now at the Nashville 46-yard line.
So
and Booneville is out of timeout.
Now it's third down. Well, they'll probably try to heave one down the field with 14 seconds. 21 all. Rowland wants to throw. Pressure. Throws it up in the air. It's going to be incomplete, thrown out of bounds. Boy, they were wanting a flag on the Scrappers. Incomplete. It'll bring up fourth down now. We've got something going on here. They may call something against the Scrappers. I didn't see a flag. Yeah, they're going to call something against the Scrappers.
What?
9 seconds on the clock. I believe they're going to call pass interference against the Scrappers. Boy, that's huge.
Was that like being talked into? We didn't, did it? I never saw the flag. That's huge.
Yeah, that'll mark it down at the 30. Well, what are you going to do, Coach?
9 seconds.
That's automatic first down, too, Rick.
21-21, 9 seconds to go.
Boy, that really hurt there.
Charles, if they go for running another play, they're going to take it away. I just can't believe it.
I mean, he threw the ball out of bounds over there.
I cannot believe it.
Split into the right. Rolling up under center. Scrappers need a play. Rowland wants to throw. Throws it downfield. Incomplete, almost intercepted. 4 seconds. Well, Rick, if he don't score, the game ought to end in regulation here. Benson almost came up with the interception at about the 10.
Well, I don't.
And it'll bring up, they're going to go for I think they're going to try the field goal. I don't blame them. The kid's got a leg.
Same field goal as in 1993.
Only longer.
Only longer.
This one will be 47 yards.
He didn't kick one that far in warming up, Charles.
We did see him around probably 40 to 42, though.
That doesn't mean he can't do it.
Right. 21-21, 4 seconds.
Penalty flag. Let's see what it is. Time ran out on him.
Now this is going to hurt them.
Time ran out. Delay of game should be called.
This may take them out to where they don't want to go for it.
Yeah, back them up.
Now they probably aren't. I think, is Ray going to still try to tie it up? I don't believe so.
Oh, yeah, I think he will. Surely he will.
No.
Guess not.
No. He took.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's going to try it. They got delay of game. Now it's going to be longer than that. Let's see where the spot's going to be. The Scrappers are going to call a timeout. Well, one thing we don't need to do is roughing.
It's going to be down at about the 43, so it's going to be a 53-yard attempt.
This is probably going to be a fake. Timeout on the field. We're tied at 21. Back in a moment. All right, Rick. Rick said he hadn't had this much excitement since his heart attack.
I didn't know you was going to
Well, we
use
need
that.
to watch for the fake right here. This will be a 53-yard attempt by Ray. He's got him a good leg, folks. We need some buys back in, as the safeties just in case they fake it. But here we go. Waiting the snap. There it is. Good placement. And it's way short and off to the left.
Ball, ball, ball.
Get on the ball. They do. Well, the game ends anyway. There's only 4 seconds left on the clock. That's it. We're going to overtime, folks, in Booneville, tied at 21. What a semifinal game. Be back in just a moment. They'll work from the east end zone.
Booneville having the ball first. Really, we like that, Charles. We have to stop them. But no matter what points they come up, if they do, Charles, you got a chance to answer it back.
Booneville wants the ball on the left hash mark. They'll send Garrison wide right. It's overtime. Booneville first. 4 tries from the left hash mark. Hands off to Ray. Met. No. He'll hit to the 5 and push back. Rowland kept it on the option. Boy, they really hit Ray right when he got the ball. What a good job by Rowland. Rowland's the man. He's the quarterback. And he's led them in this second half. Scored the touchdown earlier. Scrappers need to bow up. 2nd and 5. Rowland. He'll hand off to Ray. Touchdown, Bearcats. Two plays. And Ray takes it in from 5 yards out. Well, he scored last week in overtime. Now the all-important extra point. Well, they took it right to the Scrappers. That Ray is a load. I don't know what he weighs. He don't look extremely huge, but he's solid. And he'll try the extra point. And here's the snap. The placement's down. The kick is up. I don't think it's good. No, it's off to the left.
Well, listen to the Scrapper fans across the way.
They get 6, PAT, no good. But the Scrappers have got to get in the end zone.
Scrappers have got to score. You can't turn it over or anything like that, and then you've got to make the extra point. And you've got to answer right here.
Well, we can't do anything crazy. We just need to get up there and take it home. We can be in War Memorial if we can do it. Scott and Howard to the left. The setback. Green and Johnson. Pope up under center. Handoff. Johnson tries to cut back. Inside the 10. Inside the 5. Touchdown! Jamon Johnson. 1 run. 1 carry.
It took him 2. We're in 1, and now we've got a chance to win it and take it home.
If Stoney can nail it, the Scrappers are in the finals.
Great run. What a night for Jamon Johnson, Charles.
10-yard run by number 20.
Comes up with 3 touchdowns in regulation. Comes up with a touchdown in the overtime.
Well, we're tied at 27. We can finish it if we can hit it.
I believe Booneville's called a timeout.
All right, maybe they have. Well, we'll take, now let's just hold it here.
Hold it here.
We certainly don't want to miss anything.
We haven't talked about it enough, but Charles,
they're trying to ice Stoney.
It is really full in this stadium tonight. Booneville out to support their team. Scrappers with a great contingent of fans up here. Look up on the hill over on the side. And we're tied 27-27.
Well, I'll tell you what, Stoney knows it. This is the biggest extra point of his life.
Remember, 93 a kick. sent us into War Memorial, and we've got the extra point attempt coming up. Could send us there again next week.
We can do it.
This place,
all we need to do is execute, and we've got it. In Fordyce, we didn't, but we're going to do it tonight. And we're going to be in the finals. All we got to do, good snap, good hold. Here we go.
Are we going to hear the cannon anymore in Booneville?
Snap, placement, kick is up. Looks like it's right down. It's good! The Scrappers win in overtime! 28-27 over the Booneville Bearcats. The Scrappers are going to War Memorial Stadium to play for the championship next week.
The second time they've made it into the finals from right here. 93 and in 99.
What a comeback, Rick, by the Nashville Scrappers in this game. Down 14-0 at the half to come back and win it in overtime.
Well, we do know, too, Charles, next Saturday night, the finals, it's going to be a great one. 4 great teams went into the semis, and now the finals, Nashville and McGee.
Folks, it's 6 p.m. Saturday next week, the Scrappers against McGee in the finals. We're going to take a break and come back and wrap it up. But first, these messages.